Hi, Happy New Year to everyone. Before I get further into the video, I need to tell you two things. First, I'm joining Virginia at Passions and Distractions with her challenge Just Stash January, which means that I'll be making projects throughout the whole month just using supplies that I already have in my stash. And the second challenge I'm entering, for now I will name it Family Challenge, which is that my husband and daughter are picking my supplies. After the holidays, I was wondering what to do, so I asked them to go through my stamps and pick something to work with. So here is the stamp set they selected, and I even got a note with instructions what to do. I will read them for you. The duck floating in space. I think it's a chicken, but my husband says it's a duck. Shaker card where the duck floats, and I'll be using this background, galaxy background piece from my stash. Glow in the dark stars in the background. So I'll be using glow in the dark embossing powder. And here I was going to show you that Simon Says stamp set. I was going to use the solid stars, but I changed my mind later. And another requirement is small cutout stars also floating with the duck. And because it's a shaker card, I will be using this sequin mix. So I went ahead and I stamped the chicken or the duck and also this planet and rocket. I wasn't sure what I'll be using, and here I'm doing really quite simple coloring. I just pulled out my yellow markers and I will bring in just a bit more orangey one to add to the darkest areas. So I'm not sure how I'll be doing this challenge. Will it be monthly or every few months? But we all liked the idea that my family picks my supplies, or at least the stamp set, and gives me some directions what I'm supposed to do. And here I'm bringing the YR markers for the beak and feet, and the BG000 and the BG10 for that helmet. I also covered that planet that looks like the planet Earth, and I even cut it out, but I end up not using it. So yes, I will fussy cut out now this small duck and move on to making a glow-in-the-dark paper. First I refill my ink pad with sticky ink and I'm gently pressing this scrap piece of paper. I could have stamped the solid stars onto the galaxy background, but I wasn't sure how well they will glow in the dark, because best results come when you hit emboss on white surfaces. So that's why I'm now creating my own glow-in-the-dark paper. Here I'm pouring the embossing powder and I'll be fast melting it until shiny, but before that I always put away my embossing powder and close the lid just to avoid any accidents of knocking it down. I will do a second coat and again heat emboss it just to make sure I get a good coverage, and here it is. And I'm taking these stars from the pop-up box. That will be my cut out floating glow in the dark shaker beads. And here fast I will cover the rocket just using cool grays and a bit of red. And there, as you can see, I have the planet Earth already covered and cut out, but I won't be using it. I'm fussy cutting the rocket out, and that is how I usually outline my images, just with a water-based black marker. And here I'm thinking a little bit about the placement. It took me a while to decide if I'm going to make a double shaker or just a normal shaker card. Will I use foam tape or fun foam? But in the end I decided first to cut out the panel with stitched rectangle die, and then I trimmed around the stitched line just to have the panel a little bit smaller. And here I'm just darkening the edges with Black Soot Distress ink to give it a bit more finished look. So this is a sheet of acetate that I had, and at first I thought that maybe I can even heat emboss on it some stars, but after all decided not to. And I have this piece slightly larger, and I scored all around my card front so that can wrap around. And now I will add strong double-sided adhesive all around, and I will adhere just one of the sides and burnish it really well with my bone folder and crease it well. This is a little bit thicker acetate, it's not that flexible. And I think I forgot to tell that I decided to make a full panel shaker card or infinity shaker card. And here I'm adhering few of the stars just so they stay while others will be moving around, and I left them dry for some time. And here I wipe the inside part of the acetate with anti-static cloth, and here I'm just adding the rest of the stars and that chicken or duck, and trying to decide, are they enough or should I add some more? So here I'm again burnishing the other side and adhering. Actually the two sides I will leave the top opened, and I will add more shaker elements, and I'm trimming off a little bit from the overlapping acetate at the bottom, and I will do later same for the top, and adding some more double-sided adhesive to make sure it stays closed. Here I'm adding the rest of the glowing stars, and I will add some more from the sequin mix, and every now and then I'll be testing it to help me decide, do I want some more or not. Here I even added these confetti stars, and I think I poured a bit too much, but that's okay. And I'm shaking the card around just to see how it looks. And here I decided to add this diamond dust, which is like small crushed kind of transparent shaker bits. So I added some and few extra sequins and closed the opening. And here comes testing how it all shakes. Fast forward, and I also added sentiment from this stamp set together with the rocket. You're one of a kind. And I adhered the shaker to my card base, but I matted it on a black cardstock, which shows just a tiny bit around the edges. And here I'm just playing and shaking it to make sure all moves well and nothing drops off. And here I'll show you how it looks in the dark. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the video, and Have a nice day. Bye.